In this video, I will be telling you everything you need to know before choosing the right programming language for you to become a software developer. Hey, I'm Eddie from RStudioWorks, accompanying you on your journey to becoming an indie software developer. On this channel, I give tips and advice on becoming an indie software developer, helping you create your very own software products and services. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and make sure you click on the bell icon so that you do not miss any of my future videos. So you want to become a software developer? But have you asked yourself what type of software developer you want to become? I see a lot of popular videos on YouTube about best language to learn in 2020. Have you been watching these videos before clicking on this one? Are you now even more confused of what you need to learn? Python or JavaScript, Java or Ruby on Rails? If you are confused about all the different avenues to becoming a software developer and don't know where to start, stay right here and I am going to make it so easy for you to choose your path. I am sure you have heard about the right brain, left brain theory. It states, the theory is that people are either left brain or right brain, meaning that one side of their brain is dominant. If you're mostly analytical and methodical in your thinking, you're said to be left brained. If you tend to be more creative or artistic, you're thought to be right brained. Now I am going to take that theory into the software development world. In this infographic, you can see the logical left brain and the artistic right brain. On top of it, I will superimpose what I believe is the range of different types of software developer you can be. So if we start from the far left, we will have the most logical people. These are your data scientists, database developers. Approaching the middle, you will have the backend developers and QA testers. Dead center, you will find the full stack developers. Towards the right are the front end developers, and the far right, you will get the UX developers and graphic designers. There is a need for all of these different professions in the industry. If you are very analytical and logical, love to gather and dissect data, you're probably very well suited for a data scientist. Machine learning can be a good career for you too. Start with a language like Python. It is very beginner friendly, widely used, and already has a big community dedicated to AI and machine learning. If you like data and lots of it, if you feel like your brain can visualize lots of data stored in different places and correlate them to extract very useful information, then you might think about getting into database development or business intelligence. In that case, I would learn SQL, something like Postgres or MySQL. Also NoSQL, something like MongoDB or Hadoop for database developers, or Power BI and Tableau for business intelligence. Now you can love to code but hate things like CSS or HTML. That is, you can be very good in understanding business logic and translate those into code, but not care much about a user interface. In that case, you definitely need to be a backend developer or a QA tester. Java is the language of choice for enterprise software. Node.js is also making its way into the corporate environment. This one is a bit different though, depending on where you want to work. The technology choice will vary. Startups tend to choose the frameworks that can get them up and running as quickly as possible. So they choose languages like Node, Ruby on Rails, which is Ruby based, Laravel, which is PHP based, and Django, which is Python based. Enterprise gravitate more towards mature, stable, and secure frameworks like Spring MVC, Spring Boot, which is Java based, or .NET, which is C# based. Another reason corporate chooses these frameworks is because they usually have big support contracts with Oracle and Microsoft who own these respective technologies. I will talk about full stack developers last. For now, let's move on to front end developers. But before that, click on that subscribe button for me, please. It will really help me out. Alright, let's move on to front end developers. Some people do not have the passion for digging into data. They are okay with being given a set of data they ask for, and they love to manipulate that data to present it to the end user. Front-end development is most suited for these types. Some time ago, developers were using Java, Java Server Pages, and servlets for this purpose, but these technologies have gone out of favor. Since now we have more and more powerful computers and browsers, there is no need to render these apps on the server side. All rendering can be done on the browser, and this is what has made client-side UI frameworks so popular. The three big names at the moment are React from Facebook, Angular from Google, and Vue.js. If you're just starting out, I would say just pick any of them. They are all trying to do the same thing in the end. They just have their own subtleties and syntax in achieving the same goal. That is to present the end user with a set of data with which they can interact and communicate that to and from the server. The thing is, if you're looking for a job and you know Angular, a React shop might still give you a chance to interview because they know you understand the technology. They will want to see how quickly you can learn React. Now, if you are an overachiever, just go ahead and learn all the basics of the free frameworks. It's really not that hard. Then you can determine which one you like most and go deeper into that one. The good thing about that is that you will have a couple of projects in all of them to show potential employers. The prerequisites for front-end developers are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if you're going with any of these free frameworks. If you're more of an intuitive type of person who loves artistic subjects and explain things better visually, somebody who seeks an emotional connection with the users, then you will thrive as a UX developer or graphic designer. This is not exactly programming, but it is a very coveted position in the development of software. You will basically be the one responsible for the personality of the software. Software like Illustrator, Photoshop, or XD will be very helpful in that department. Most developers in the end become full-stack developers. For a lot of us, we have probably been working in an environment where responsibilities overlap. You might be coding the front end, but then you see some issue with the JSON object being returned by the API. Turns out it is an error in the database. Instead of waiting for the database developer to fix it, we go ahead and fix the query, fix the REST client, then continue with coding the front end. By doing this, you have already saved so much time and resources, and you have not disrupted anybody in their routine. Of course, there are exceptions to this in cases that you do not have access to databases or code bases. If you want to start off being a full-stack software developer, pick a front-end framework, a back-end, and a database. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. Popular ones are the Mean Stack, which includes Mongo, Express, Angular, and Node, and the Mern Stack, which includes Mongo, Express, React, and Node, among others. Or you can also pick and choose whatever technology you want. My current favorite one with which I am building most of my side projects is Angular plus Firebase, also called a serverless architecture. Still don't know what to choose? There are a lot of online tests that you can take to determine if you are a left brain or a right brain dominant. So if you are still unsure what specialization to go into, take the test and determine where you belong on the scale. But of course, take the test with a grain of salt. This is just a theory. The important thing to take away here is to determine which field will naturally bring out the passion in you. Now, I know a lot of you guys are looking for the quickest way to get a job and make lots of money in the software development field. I completely understand that. I've done it myself, and it was out of necessity. But what is also true is that if you do not feel comfortable in your job, you will start hating your job. No matter the amount of money you are getting paid, you will always feel that you do not belong and that you are meant to be doing something else. At the beginning of my career, I tried being a business intelligence developer, but I could not keep my mind into it. I was always drifting away. I then tried QA automation, but it did not feel right to me. I did not want to break any software. I wanted to create software. I finally moved to backend development, which included server-side page rendering at the time. I finally felt good and enjoyed my work. Question of the day: are you left brain or right brain? Do you feel like you belong in the field you chose to work in? Comment below, I want to see how you guys think. If you got any value out of this video, please go ahead and smash the like button. This helps the YouTube algorithm show my videos, and it will really help me out make more videos like this one. See you in the next one.